Are we live? We are live. Hello, Sam. I am well. I hope you are well also. Welcome to the cottage. This is a Wacky Wednesday, so who knows what's going to happen? I never do. I am crocheting. No, I'm knitting. I am knitting a Bert hat. You know, I started doing this and I did one for Abby Cadabby. And I got my knitting needles out, my circulars, and it's cast on 64 stitches. I cast them on. I did my ribbing in a to this and to that, and I started going around and I couldn't figure out. It said knit one row, do it in a stockinette stitch. Well, I know what a stockinette stitch is. It's flat on the front and all the bumps are on the back. Hey, Angela. And there's Michelle. Good morning, good afternoon. So I'm knitting along on my circular needles, and it says do a row of knit and then a row of purl. And I'm thinking, well, do they want me to do a stockinette, which would be for me on a circular needle? Hi, Barb and Demi, welcome in. Joan Roten, hello, hello. I'm so glad you came today. The bee's adorable. Can you see him? Oh, in the thumbnail? Yeah, I'm going to show you Buddy in a minute here. Um, anyway, making this Abby Cadabby hat, it's the directions say do it in stockinette. So I'm in circular needles doing stockinette, and then I look back to see how much stockinette I'm supposed to be doing, and it says knit one row, purl one row. And knit one row, purl one row is not stockinette on a circular needle. So when I go back and I read the directions, it says knitting needle size 8 or 5 millimeter, which I have. And then it says the exact gauge is not essential, which I don't. Hello, Joyce. And there's Rachel. And Lisa McClure. Hello, Lisa. And there's my Nino. You stop in anytime, sweetheart. Get a hug, give a hug, and then you can go and do whatever you need to do. And Bonnie's here already. Do you have today off, Bonnie? I love you, Nino. You be safe. You be safe. You're working. Okay, so the ribbed edge is like knit 2, purl 2, and repeat across the row. Okay, I missed that part. And then it says knit the knits and purl the purls across. Okay, so I did that, and I've got my ribbing. And then it says the body of the hat, work in stockinette stitch. And in parentheses, knit one row, purl one row until the piece measures 6 inches. Well, I'm on circular needles. You can't knit rows on a circular needle. You knit rounds. But I thought it'll be okay. It will be okay. So I kept my circular needles out, and the hat did turn out all right. But when I get to the end and I'm decreasing for the crown, it says cut the yarn, leaving a long yarn tail thread the yarn into a blunt needle, then draw through the remaining stitches, pull to close the top of the hat, which I did, and knot, which I did. And then the next sentence, the very last sentence in the directions say, sew back seam of hat. If you're doing a hat on circular needles, there's no back seam. So I messed the whole thing up. So I'm doing Burke on straight needles, and I've got my ribbing done, and now guess what? I'm knitting one row and purling one row until I get 6 inches. And then when I get there, I'll start my decreases until I get to the end. And then I will sew up the back seam. It is important, my friends, to read through the instructions, all of the instructions of the pattern that you intend to use. Otherwise, you might wind up with something you never intended to wind up with. And I thought I would share that with you because, after all, this is a Wacky Wednesday. So welcome, 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 all of you. There's Pebbles and Shirley Bain and Paula Mulford. Hey, Paula. It's so nice to see you. If you've ever been over at Paula's house, you will notice that she has hair about the color of this. It's beautiful. I wish I had the courage to do that, but I don't. And there's Sarah. I'm glad you hopped on this live because I thought we were going to be there today, but it's tomorrow. So it's been a Wacky Wednesday. Show the hat. I already sent, you probably have seen it. I already sent it to KK, but it's this one out of this Abby Cadabby yarn. It came out really cute. I mean, I've made hats before, baby hats, where you do them in the round and then you just bring them up and you pull the when you decrease and then you just pull it together like you do on a sun bunny. So it turned out really okay, but I just couldn't figure how you get a stockinette by purling one row and knitting the next. And so I've got a couple purl rows in there, and it came out really cute. And if you want to see it, you can go over to KK's channel, and she unboxed a bunch of hats, and that hat was in there amongst them. Hi, Brandon. How are you doing today, sweetheart? I hope you're feeling better. And Sherry Reynolds. Hello, hello. You guys get something to drink. Kick your shoes off. This is going to be a wild ride today. Elmo buys for us in here in the home. He buys us those Freezy Pops. They're in a long tube, and they're just colored sugar water. But when it gets really warm, and you have one of those, it cools you down on the inside, and it's pretty good. Well, I need to drink more water, and I need to eat less sugar. So what I decided today was to put mine in my water. I had an orange one, so I squeezed it down into my bottle of water. So I am drinking water today. So don't forget to drink your water when it's hot out. Suzanne Fenton is here. Woohoo! She made it. I'm so glad. And Bonnie has to clean a big house today. Oh, Bonnie, pop back in when you can, sweetheart. We'll be here waiting for you. And Sunita says hello. She usually lurks throughout the whole thing. And there's Pebbles. So I was out of the wheelchair for 1 week and back in the chair for 2 weeks. I pushed it too hard. Oh, Suzanne. It's really important to know your body and what your body can do. I've said over and over, and you guys probably get tired of hearing it, but there are things that I can still do at my age. There are things that I can no longer do. And then there are things that I can do that I pay for later. And those things I have to really be careful of. And it sounds like you did one of those. Drinking extra water, Alana says, because I seem to be sweating off more than I can drink. You know what? That's true. In the summer, this summer has been really hot, hasn't it? I found it to be warmer. Going to head out because we're almost there. I love you all and I'll see you tomorrow. Okay. Sarah is going to a concert and she's heading up to St. Augustine, which is up close to me. And so we have arranged to go to lunch tomorrow and have a cup of coffee. I'm so excited. And she texted me and she said, I have to bring the boys. And it's like, oh gee, do you really have to? So I'm really excited about tomorrow and meeting her. And Brandon says, I'm doing pretty good. Hopefully we'll survive the heat. Supposed to be 105 today. Oh, Brandon, here in Florida, August and September are our hottest months. I was reading Pebbles. She says baby steps. I almost said August is our baby month, but that's a whole nother thing I'm going to talk to you about. Okay, St. Augustine is beautiful. Yes, it is. It is very pretty. It's still old world. And Jennifer Young. I need to start the bodies this weekend for somebody that I have yet to make. Jennifer, you're so funny. And there's Mara. Hello, sweetheart. I'm so glad you stopped in. And Tammy is here. And Christy is here. I love it when you guys come to visit. It just brightens my day, especially after Monday. I did get happy mail. I did get happy mail this week. And before I do that, I want to say I watched Sarah Satch this morning. I love Sarah Satch. She is just so positive and up and cheerful and laughing and so much fun. And when I started my channel, she's one of the channels that I went to because I wanted to find out why I was pulled to some channels. Hello, my sweet sister, Susan. I love you. Oops, this one. And she was one of the ones that I went to because she is so fun, and I wanted her fun in my chat. So if you get a chance to go see her, she's always doing something. And on Friday, she does Fun Friday, and she's always making little fun things that you can do in like an hour time. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 2. So she was saying that YouTube is changing and that there are a lot of sad people on YouTube, and she understands that people have problems in their lives. We all have problems in our lives, but she was concerned with the number of sad shows that are coming up, and she doesn't want her show to become that. She has a bad back and she's going for treatment on it right now, but she said, I'm not going to live there. I live in a happy place. And I thought that's why I go to your channel, Sarah, is because there's a lot going on here at the home, and people coming and going, and They don't come back, and it could be really depressing. But that's not where I live. I am a Smurfette. I live in a little blue bubble. I have my cottage. I have my friends that come and visit me 3 times a week. And I don't care if I have to give them water and coffee because they repay me with blueberry muffins and lemon glaze or pumpkin pie slices or cheesecake bites or, you guys are so good to me when you come. I love it. There's Lydia. Welcome in, Lydia. And Alana. So I do have something to share with you, and it's not, well, I think you're probably going to find it funnier than I do, but honestly, I didn't find it too funny. KK has been sending around 2 bees. One of them is Buddy. I love you too, Tammy. And I don't remember what the little girl's name is, but Buddy flew in on Monday. And he's so stinking cute. And he has these little wings. And someone made a pouch for him, an over the shoulder pouch that has some stickers in it. And I think it was Miguel that got him. And Miguel took him to church and they made bracelets. And they put Buddy's name on. I don't know whether you can see that or not. B-U-D-D-Y. Yeah, Buddy. It's backwards, but you see that B is, or the U is upside down. And he said, I decided to leave it because none of us are perfect. And I thought, what a wonderful lesson. None of us are perfect. I've spent my whole life striving to be perfect, and where has it gotten me? So, anyway, I thought that was really, really cute. Someone else made him a little chair because he doesn't sit. He has a round bottom where his stinger is, and he doesn't sit well. So, they made him this wonderful chair to sit in, and he does a very fine job of sitting there. He does. And someone else made him a cup of coffee, complete with coffee and steam. I'm telling you, the ingenuity in this community, it just knocks my socks off. And I can't think of anything that I need to add to this before I send it back to KK. It's just, it's perfect the way it is. Although not everyone in my cottage agreed with me. Now, when Buddy first flew in, he found this beauty, and he has fallen deeply in love with her. I think he was enamored with the shawl. And maybe he's looking at the jewelry and thinking, this lady's rich. I want to be part of that. I don't know. But how could you resist that? But the problem comes with the fact that she sits up here on my shelf silently, majestically, like a little lady, and does. But I have a renegade in my midst. If you remember, quite some time ago, I got a package from the crazy poppy lady. And she and Jennifer tricked me into giving them my bunny pattern. Jennifer said, oh, I need it to make some for the children at the hospital near me. And of course, I want to share, so I gave her the pattern. Well, she gave the pattern to Angela. And Angela, the crazy poppy lady, that wacko person, made me this. Do you remember 7? She is 7 because on the inside of her ear is the number 7. Well, as soon as 7 saw Buddy, she got out her knitting needles. I mean, it was love at true sight. I have not been able to keep the two of them apart. She has just been at his side. I think that she crawled in and slept with him last night. But I just know that she has started knitting a scarf for him. And like I said, she's not left his side since he's gotten here. Now, how she got up there and got the thread down, I have no clue. But I told you, I think the stitch markers helped her. It had to be. The only thing I can think of. So, moving right along, I know, brazen hussy. And you know those rabbits. I'm not even going there. My sister-in-law came over yesterday, and that is our sit and knit and drink tea and solve the problems of the world day, Tuesdays. So she came over and we crocheted in the morning, we had our lunch, and we knitted in the afternoon. And 7 was right there. I don't know if you can see her or not. 7 was right there. Yeah. She was right there working on that scarf. Because you know Buddy lives up north, right? He's from West Virginia. So she figured he's going to be cold. I guess. I don't know. Anyway, where was I going with this? Oh, my sister-in-law. Her husband was Elmo's brother, and her husband passed away. So she comes over here and visits with me at the home, and it's good for her and it's good for me. Tracy, is there elastic where she could bounce up? Bounce up? I don't know, but she can hop. She's a bunny. Maybe I missed something. Yeah, not going there. Christy says, Miss C, you're going to come in one morning and they'll be gone out to see the justice of the peace. She may have, there's no elastic up there for her to bounce up on. No, I was thinking of her bouncing up on something else. Chloe is way too young, and Chloe is way over here. Chloe is way over here. Chloe, in fact, has been hiding in the bushes since he got here. Can you see Chloe up here? She's hiding here in the bushes. I have not even shown Chloe to Buddy. I don't want her. She's too young. She's too young for that. Falderal. I don't know how she got the thread. There's no elastic up there. I think the stitch markers helped her. I really do. You know, those stitch markers wreak havoc in here. It could be the other It could be the other somebodies. But I really think it's the stitch markers. You should see my place in the morning when I come in. Those stitch markers have wreaked havoc in here. Okay, half the day is gone, and I have to tell you about the rest of my happy mail. I did get Buddy in the mail, and he came from Kim over in Alabama. And Kim sent a bunch of goodies, two bags of goodies for me. She sent this little thing that's just so cute, so that I can figure out what my needles are, my knitting needles are. There's one for crochet hooks and one for needles. There's a kit in here for a little lamb. It's a leisure arts kit for a little lamb, which I thought was really cute. So I'm going to do him up. Makes one lamb. She sent me some stitch markers, and I have to tell you, my eyes are getting old. That yarn and hook, she crocheted a ladder. You might be right, Tracy. You might be right there. Like the Marines have to crawl up that mesh. They put a mesh. It's not really a ladder. It's just a big piece of mesh, and they have to crawl up that. She sent me this one, which is a little birdhouse. Really cute. She sent me this one because it's almost Halloween, This little pumpkin. And she sent me this. And when it was laying down, I swear it looked like a bunny. And I said, "Oh, Elmo, it's a bunny." And he said, "It's a deer." I said, "No, look at the ears. You can tell it's a bunny." He said, "It's a deer." By golly, he's right. He's always right. He's always right. And then there was another one. Let's see. I have that bag. Yes. Lots of goodies in this one, too. This I thought was the neatest thing. I'm sure she went to Hobby Lobby and bought some things on like we all do on sale. But this is I Make Pretty Things, my yarn stash. And this is a book that tells me how many skeins of yarn I have, what type of yarn it is, what weight of yarn it is, the color, the quantity, the fiber content, washing instructions. So if I want to make something, instead of scouring my shelves, I can go over here and pull out this book and check it out, which is awesome sauce. And then there's this one, which is a journal. We all, as content creators, we all need our journals for our the shows that we put up. Keep all of our show notes in. And this has got the elastic band on it that's so nice. Love it, love it. Then I got some re-racers. They're little llamas. Now, some of these things I may keep, and some of these things I may share. This are sticky tabs. What do they call them? Sticky tabs. Sticky note pad. But it's got llamas all over it. And she sent me a 4mm hook. And this is one of the hooks that I can use because it's a bait. No, it's a boy hook. It's a boy head, and it's flat. You can see right here that it's flat. And that's the way I hold my hook. I hold my hook like this. So I need that flat space. And it's not really long, so it's not a whole lot sticking out the end that gets caught in the blanket, because my hand fits right there. So there's not much sticking out the end there. And this is nice and short. I like this one. I like this one. I'm not sharing that one. And then she sent me also some bunny yarn. That girl is just so sweet. She sent me 3 skeins of what she thought would make good bunnies. And I like her thoughts. She sent me a I Love This Yarn print in Birchwood Cottage, which is like real close to Miss C's cottage. It's got blue and brown and beige and fawn and really, really pretty. Really pretty. And then she gave me 2 of the yarn IDs. These are kind of like, I don't know if they're the recycled ones. One is fawn and the other is cafe au lait. Both are nice solid browns for bunnies. That girl knows her stuff. Yeah, I was pleased. Very pleased. Okay, I am going to separate these 2 because you don't want anything else untoward happening. All right, next on the list is my new game. I told you I want my place to be fun and games. I know you guys are out there and you have bad backs and your feet hurt and you're in a wheelchair and you're on oxygen, and I know all those things are happening, and I pray for you all that God will do what he needs to do to help you and that you will feel that healing touch. But I also need to give you a place to come in, kick your shoes off, sit down, put your feet up, rest, relax, soak up the love. There's Jessie. Welcome in, Jessie. And Butterroll. Hello, hello. All right, sweetheart. Thank you for stopping in, Shirley. Whatever's going on, you can share with me if you want. I'm always here. And there's KK. I was telling them, KK, about the Abby Cadabby hat that I made and sent to you out of this yarn. I don't know if it's ever going to make it to the kids at the parade, but she grabbed it. She snarfed it up so fast I couldn't even see the pink. Well, I started another one, and it is Bert. And I realized that you don't do them on a circular needle in the round. You do them actually on straight needles and then stitch the hat together at the end. So this is the next one I'm doing. And I'm going to make them all, it's Crochet Creations by Christy. She is an enabler. Watch out for her. She went to Ollie's and found some Sesame Street figures and showed them. And so, of course, I had to go to Ollie's. And I found some she didn't have. So I found a bunch of them. So I bought a bunch of them. And I sent her the couple that she didn't have. And I'm making hats for KK and going to send them to her for Bumblebee's Mountain, and she can do with them what she wants, because once they leave my hands, they belong to someone else. Alana's here. Sesame Street baby socks. Wow. KK, they will not fit you. You have to give them to the baby. They will not fit you. Got to keep your eye on her. Okay, back to Christy. She's an enabler. She did that. So I went and got some. And you may get a prize. One day you might get a prize, a choice to choose one of those. Um, what was I saying about that? See, it's just going down the telephone pole so nicely, and all of a sudden, zing! Anyway, I don't want any of you worrying about your back or your knees or your hips or your bills or the telephone or the refrigerator. I just want you to come in, soak up the love for 1 hour. That's what this place is all about. It's something I need, and I need you here to help me because you always make me feel better when you're here. So, one of the things I'm going to do is um, give give stuff away. Give stuff away. I was watching Carrie the Yarny Elephant, and she has, I think she said over 200 UFOs. And so she's going to start going through them and giving them away. And I thought, now there's something I could do. Everybody has unfinished objects. Uh, the ones that we like and we're going to finish sometime, we prefer to call those works in progress. And we may get a blanket out and do a row or two. And yeah, I was talking games. Yes, thank you. You're an Oscar, the Grouch. Oh, Tammy, thank you. It's God's love. I just use it as that shoot at McDonald's. The kids go in, they go. That's what I am. I'm just one of those love shoots. Um, who have a name? Alana, does who have a name? Paula's leaving? Ah, well, Paula, I'm glad you stopped in. When you take your shoes, leave your worries right there because they're not going home with you today. You got enough on your plate. You don't need to take these with you. So, she's Carrie the Yarny Elephant is giving away her UFOs, and we all have them. And what, I missed something. Oh, me be at KK's? Yeah, I'm heading up that way. September. I have birthdays the end of September and the 1st of October, first part of October. My sisters who live up there, they're both older than me. They have birthdays in the end of September and the first half of October. So I usually go up and see them. Okay. The baby. No, I don't know about, I don't think the baby has a name yet. Wow, I'm really scattered today. Hmm. I did have a good breakfast this morning. Okay, we all have those UFOs, unfinished objects. And the reason we call them unfinished objects is because we started a project, we know what it's going to look like, and we're done with it. Or we started a project, we don't like the yarn we're using, and we're done with it. Or we started a project, we don't like the pattern, and we're done with it. Or we, we started a project, we used the wrong hook, and we're not going to frog it and start over again. So it goes in the bag and it's set in the corner. And we change those works in progress. to unfinished objects, and some of them fly off into oblivion, never to be seen again for 2 years when we clean our crochet cubbies out and we think, oh, I forgot I had that. And then you have to figure out what the heck you're going to do with it. Carrie the Yarny Elephant is going to give hers away. And I had mentioned it to Christy, and Christy said, that's a good idea. I'm going to give them away. And I had decided that I am going to offer them up on Wacky Wednesday as a new game. See, I can't do that, KK. Yeah, an indefinite timeout. Yeah, they do. They go into the closet. That's Jennifer, that's my problem right there. I have start-itis. I'll start a project, I get into it, and I see what it's going to look like, and then I say, okay, now I know what it's going to look like. I think I'd like it better in different colors. So I set it aside, I get out the new colors, and I make it. But that winds up a UFO. Yes, sometimes they just get put in timeout, but those are the works in progress. Those are the ones that we really want to finish, but they're too intricate, or we're too uptight at the moment, or something's just not right. It's not workable at the time. But those UFOs, they're in the back of the closet. So what I decided to do was to go through and pull out 3 of my UFOs, and I will show you what they are, and you will have an opportunity to win one. And you will have the choice of the 3. Whatever one is taken, I will add a third one. So each Wednesday, there'll be 3 choices. Now, if one winds up being there 4 or 5 weeks in a row, I'll probably send it to Goodwill. They might not even want it. I don't know. But we're gonna try this game. Firm rule: if I don't pick up a project from 6 to 8 weeks, then I frog it, and frogging gives such a release of stress. Yes, it does. And another thing, Sam, is if I don't like it, someone else might. So I'm going to offer these up. And not only the project, but I am going to offer you the project bag and the pattern. And probably if there's a hook or needle in it. Now, this handy dandy little thing, this is weighted. You could tell it's weighted. It goes over the arm of your chair. And if you're knitting, you can put it on this side if you're a right-hand knitter. And if you're a left-hand knitter, or if you're crocheting, you can put it on this side to get your yarn. This is Yarn Bee Spinnies in navy. Navy blue, but it's a sparkle. Can you see the sparkles in it? And it's a really dark navy. It actually is. It has, the color is navy. It has 350 yards, and it's 75% viscose and 25% polyester. It comes with 5.5 millimeter or a size 9 circular needle, which is probably a 24-inch needle. And I think a shawl. This is the beginning of a shawl. I do not have the pattern for this, and I most humbly apologize. But so far, it's just a cast on and 1 row of knit. 1 row of knit. So you could choose this as prize number one. If you don't knit and you want the yarn and the bag, you could pass the needles on. If you knit, this might be a choice for you. Number one. Number two, I'm going to have to speed it up a bit because Sunita has to get back to work, and she's my froggy. She plucks the magic twanger. This is a bag that I bought from Mama G when they had something going on, and I bought two of them. This is one, and it's just a lightweight canvas bag, two handles, and inside is some Karen Simply Soft Speckle, and there's two of those. There is a 6mm bamboo hook. And there is a blanket started. And it is a simple shell stitch, and it's a 2-row repeat. It's the shell stitch and a single crochet over the chain 3, a shell stitch and a single crochet. And so the next row is chain 3, single crochet in the center of the shell, chain 3, single crochet in the center of the shell all the way across. And then you come back, you put your shells in the single crochet right on top of the last one, and you do a single crochet in the chain 3 space. And this will be a baby blanket. And that comes in this one. Or behind door number 3 is another bag from Mama G. I think Rusty did these. She hot pressed them on or whatever. Let's see what's in this one. Oh, this. Now this is a mess, but this has been in here for a while. This is another blanket. And, or this, oh, this is, you know what this is? This is a wrap. This is not a blanket. This is a wrap. And this is one end. And you just keep going and going and going until you got enough to wrap around you. Okay. And this is the yarn. And there's a nice barf for you. This is, how can you see why I'm not doing this one? This is a Karen Big Cake from Yarnspirations. It is blueberry scone. It has 603 yards. It is 100% acrylic. Okay, this is number 3. If you would like a choice, put in, Sunita, can we do UFO 1, 2, or 3? Will that work for you? Sister C, blessings to you. Hello, Nellie. We're right in the middle of a game. We just started the game. And Jenny, who's Jenny that's here? Dory Doodles and Zoila. Jenny Hanks, well, welcome in. Good morning, everyone. The first time I've been here, I've been crocheting on and off for a few years, and I consider myself as an advanced beginner. Now, I like that word. I like that. Yeah. Ginny, did you get to see the UFOs that are zinging out of this cottage today? I'm Miss C. I live at Miss C's cottage. This is the home of the Sun Bunny, and I'm cleaning out my UFOs. And um, you have a choice of a knitted item, which has just been started on size 9 circular needles, and the bag and the needle, which you can frog or whatever you want, a baby blanket made out of this, 2 skeins of this yarn. Was the hook in here? Yes, the hook was in here too. I love these hooks. This is a bamboo hook. Or number 3, this is a wrap. Nice heavy wrap. And this is made out of the cross stitch or the X stitch. This is one of my favorites. You do the X's across, and then back across you do a single crochet, and another row of X's and another row of single crochet. This is I've made blankets out of this. I've made baby blankets out of this. It's one of my favorites. I don't know why I'm not finishing it. I think I don't see a future here in Florida with it because it's too warm. So if you would like number 1, number 2, or number 3, put in the word UFO and the number that you would like if you win. You need number 1 in your life? Dory, I love you. If you don't know Dory Doodles, you need to go over to her channel. She is the most precious person. Okay, friends, we have 8 minutes. 8 minutes. And I may stick some other things in there too, but those things you will get if you choose those. Tracy Blood says UFO number 1. And Ginny lives in Florida. So number 2 would be nice. I live up near Gainesville, Ginny. I love you too, Dory. One day we're going to get together. And Melanie J is here. And Leanie is here. Michelle Crochets, you got to run. Lunch is over at story time. Did you want one of these, Michelle? Say when. When? Okay, who gets what? Dory! All right, Dory. Dory chose number 1, if I'm not. She said she needed number 1 in her life. Okay, Dory gets the it's plastic and it's got a weighted side to it so that it hangs over the arm of your chair, and you could crochet or you can knit. It is a skein of Spin Ease by Yarn Bee. It is beautiful. It's navy and sparkly, and it comes with a 9mm, no, 5.5mm size 9 circular needle. All right, guys, what did you think of the game? Did you like that? Was that fun? Should we keep it on Wednesdays? This is Wacky Wednesday. Think we should keep it? I'm thinking it was fun for me. Okay, I will dig through the closet and come up with a third. We'll keep we'll keep 2 and 3. I'll put numbers on them, 2 and 3, and then I'll find a new number 1 in my stuff. Super wacky. Thank you, Sujan. I appreciate that. Fun game, super wacky. And Mara says she thinks it's a cute game. Tammy says a wonderful game. She loves it. Everybody says it was fun. You know what? It's a win-win situation. I free up space. Well, I don't really free up space for new yarn because I'm not putting my yarn in the closet. I want it out. Anyway, I free up my psyche. I don't have all that UFO pressure on me. I'll put it that way. And you win. So Carrie's going to do it. Christy from Crochet Creations by Christy. I'm going to do it, and now Dory's going to do it. If you want to get rid of some of your UFOs that you know you're not going to finish, not your whips, because those are things you're working on, things you want to finish, but the things that you know you're never going to finish, even if you did finish them, you wouldn't like them. So you might as well give them a chance to somebody else to like them. It frees up my soul. That's right. It frees up my soul. I'm glad you guys like that game. Okay, my time is just about up. It says I have like 3.5 minutes. So I want to tell you that I love when you come in on Wednesdays. It's the middle of the week. It's not always the best day of the week. And when you come in my door, the smiles on your faces just brighten my day. I'm thankful that you leave your shoes outside. And I'm thankful that we have fresh coffee that overrides almost anything. And I will keep you posted on our little brazen hussy here. Buddy's going to be with me all week. And then I will mail him off probably next Monday. I'll mail him off in Monday mail. Dory, I may not mail this off to you until Monday too. So see, we all do, Jennifer. This Jennifer, people, this Dinky Craft Jennifer, she's the one that tricked me. That's how I got 7. She said, "Oh, could I have the recipe for your bunny so I could bake some for the kids at the hospital?" And I said, "Sure." And I sent it off to her. She gave it to Angela, and Angela made me 7. I did show you the 7, right? On his ear, her ear. Can you see the 7? It's lighter than the rest of it. And her name is 7. And she is a brazen hussy. And I think Buddy's been a busy bee while he was here. We'll find out. I'll keep you posted. In the meantime, God holds you in the palm of his hand. May he keep you safe from all ills this week. May he keep you safe from storms, weather type storms, emotional storms, storms within your body that wreck you, cause you havoc. And may he hold you tight. May you feel like you can crawl up in his arms, in his lap, and have him put his arms around you and just hold you until you get the peace that passes all understanding. May he love you like you've never been loved this week. And I ask this all in Jesus' name, amen. Now I will see you on Friday. Bye, y'all.